hour or so after sunrise now, and it's already getting quite warm. I wanted to try, much though, well, I say I want to, I feel I should try, is perhaps a better way of putting it, a stall test on this Icon, because I still don't know whether the reason it crashed the other day was a stall or some sort of loss of control. And the only way I'm going to find out what the stall's like is going to be to stall it, which is not something I'm enthusiastic about doing, but what can you do? I mean, if I don't do it, I'll never know. Okay, so there's the onboard camera recording. Don't have to have an onboard camera, but it's kind of nice to have the onboard camera as well. Leaving him in the float configuration because he seemed to work better off the grass that way. It's wet because it rained earlier, but there wasn't much dew. Sun's up now, starting to dry things off, but also starting to warm things up and dazzle. What I'm hoping to do here is fly him to a good altitude and test what the stall's like. And it's making me very nervous because, as I say, if that what happened the other day when he crashed was a stall, it's very nasty. He drops right into a sharp spin immediately, so that's going to be unpleasant to recover from. But we'll do what we can. First, we've got to get him in the air. Just got to run him along till he levels, and he doesn't sit that level on the grass, of course, on the float, so you've just got to run him along till he levels, and then take him off, and he will go. More reliably, I think, than with the wheels. Try not to fly into the sun there. Now, that's safe mode. I just want to see how he's flying sticks off in safe mode. Hands off, that looks pretty okay, doesn't it? Because that's safe mode. Okay, so let's take him out of safe mode.
Time remaining 6 minutes.
Come round and don't go in the sun. Okay. I don't know whether I'd be better off to stall him going eastbound or westbound. The problem going westbound is I'm trying to stall him now. Well, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't seem particularly anxious to stall. I mean, heck, I got 50% power on when it did the thing the other day. I basically cut power and pulled the nose up there, and it didn't seem to show any great wish to stall, so I'm a bit dubious. I can't think that was a stall, really. No, I mean, I'm really trying to stall him there, and he really doesn't seem to want to. And this is in non-stable, like, well, it's in it, it's 3X mode, you always go.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
Oh, come on. I mean, it's got to stall. Oh, yes. Well, it does drop a wing pretty sharply when that was a stall. It drops the left wing, but I mean, that wasn't as nasty. That wasn't as nasty as the stall, as the spin I got into the other day. And, hell, I don't know. And I was very much trying to stall him there. I was like power off and pulling the nose up, so of course I was going to stall him there. And he dropped a wing pretty sharply, but I don't know. Because these pusher planes can exhibit some kind of weird behavior sometimes. I didn't really manage to get him into a full stall there. And he doesn't seem terribly...
4 minutes.
Yeah. He really doesn't seem terribly anxious to do it, does he? And I was losing sense of what I was doing there. Well, not doing, but I was just wasn't happy with the view of the plane. I got him to stall rather nastily once there, to drop a wing sharply, but I mean, I was really trying to force him to. No, I don't think we'll go into a sharp stall over those stupid trees. I don't know. He doesn't seem... I'm very dubious about whether that was well, it certainly wasn't a normal stall the other day, as I say, because twice in a row he went into a steep spin to the left without me, and without cutting power. I mean, when I was still at like half power or something. So that just doesn't seem... I mean, I'm really having quite a hard time making it stall now. I did manage to get it to stall once, but it's not. It doesn't seem like it's terribly anxious to stall or anything.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
It certainly doesn't seem as if it's anxious to stall. No. It doesn't seem at all anxious to stall. I mean, I can cut power and pull the nose up, and most of the time it still doesn't stall. I don't know. That's nothing to do with stall testing. I just got fed up and wanted to do something else. Oh, come on, stall, for goodness sake. Well, yes, there you go. The right wing fell off there, basically because he stalled just as I was turning him a bit right. But, I mean, it's not that bad. He drops one wing or the other. Probably more usually the left wing because of the torque, but there it was the right wing because I was turning him to the right. But it's not, he doesn't drop him, he just drops a wing. He doesn't drop immediately into a vicious spin like he did when he crashed. And you have to force him to do it, pretty much. Anyway, I'm going to bring him in now.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Still going to bring him in relatively hot, even though even though it doesn't look as if he's very prone to stalling. Well, that's not that hot. Well, it's hot enough. It's hot enough to bounce him. Anyway, well,
Throttle cut on.
back to a mystery then, really, because based on that testing, I can't see that. Based on that testing, I can't see that the what happened when he crashed the other day was a stall, because I had to really force him to stall there. You know, I mean, I was just like completely cutting power and then pushing the nose up, and most of the time he didn't stall even when I did that. And the couple of times I really forced him to do a reasonably violent stall, he just dropped a wing, but it was quite easy to recover from. He didn't drop, you know, immediately into a hard spin the way he did that day. I think it had to be some control interference problem, which in a way is worse, because what the heck does that mean? You know, if I lost control twice, then why? And Sergey was here. I don't know what equipment he'd got. He'd probably got a phone that had Wi-Fi and whatever on it, and he had a couple of planes that one of them was FM, that wouldn't have done anything. He had that little light hawk thing, 2.4 gigahertz. Who the heck knows what that does if he turned the transmitter of that on? I suppose it's possible it interfered with this. I don't know, because it certainly looks to me as if it must have been control interference, given that the stall's just not that bad. It's not particularly, yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as that, what happened then was. So I think it must have been control interference of some sort, but who knows what caused it.